Nobody indeed. What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show for you. And you know how we get down here, all right? 10 minutes or less. Got the boys coming at you from the crew. And let's not waste any time. Let's bring these fellas on. How we doing, boys? Y'all doing all right?
What's up, man? Doing great.
Doing well. Cashed our first baseball ticket of the year. Let's go.
We did, man. We did. Absolutely. Got that Clemson, Oklahoma State over 10.5. We got more coming. Now, what I did want to bring up first, and I'm glad that you just brought that up. All right. So I'm going to pull this up here full screen. If you are looking for a place to live track college baseball games, go to d1baseball.com/scores. You can just go to d1baseball.com and you'll see it up at the top. Click scores. You will see a live scoreboard and you can toggle through. All right. You'll see your favorite teams, top 25, and you can just keep scrolling down, and that will show you all of the games going on. You can do it by conference, all of it, right? So that's a good way to track it. There are others out there for sure. Bet365, their app, you can live track games as well. Now, one other part that I did want to see or show you. So you see, just use the Texas Tech, North Carolina, the first game there. You see above the score, you'll see box score. If you click that, it will bring up the live feed of said game. So you will always be able to track those. I know college baseball, it can be difficult, man, for sure. So just wanted to bring that up and make sure everybody was good. What we're also good are some picks, boys. And let me pull these up. My man, Prince of Picks, I want you to go first. You've got soccer plays for Saturday, I believe, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got a massive slate of games tomorrow. So these are 4 of my best plays, but you guys can always get more of my plays by signing up for the VIP section. You guys can find more info on that on my pin post on my X profile. Just $5 for the entire month gets you all my plays. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. We're going to start off with the England League One. We got a 7:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff Saturday morning here. We got Cambridge United taking on Exeter City. Exeter's coming off an inspirational 2-2 draw against EPL side Nottingham Forest just a few days ago, so I do think their confidence is at an all-time high here. However, both Exeter and Cambridge come into this one averaging over a goal scored and over a goal conceded so far this season. Also, BTTS has hit in 13 out of 14 for Exeter and 12 out of 17 for Cambridge. With Cambridge being the home side here, I think both teams get on the board. I'm going to take BTTS here at -140 for that one. Next up, we're going to go to England League 2. We got a 10 a.m. Eastern kickoff here where Harrogate Town are going to be taking on Swindon Town. Both teams coming to this one averaging nearly a goal and a half allowed per match. However, Swindon Town is also averaging a goal and a half scored per match. They are the 4th highest scoring team out of the 24-team league in the table. But what I love even more here is the over 2 play, because this has hit or pushed in 84 out of the last 94 matches for Swindon Town. So the numbers are on our side here for at least getting a push. I think we can see 3 goals easily in this one, but we're going to take over 2 at -190 for that one. Next up, we're going to go over to the German Bundesliga 2. We got a 2:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff here where Dusseldorf are going to be taking on Hertha Berlin. BTTS has hit in 10 out of 12 head-to-head here for this one. It's also hit in 9 out of 11 for Dusseldorf and 13 out of 17 for Hertha Berlin. Both teams here, they play a wide open attacking styles here. So I do think there's a great opportunity for a lot of goals. They have averaged nearly 2 goals scored and conceded per game in this one. I absolutely love this play. Both teams to score and over 2.5 at -140. And finally, we're going to go to the Switzerland Super League here. Another 2:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff where Winterthur are going to be taking on Young Boys. Young Boys come into this one undefeated in their last 19 straight against Winterthur, and they have won 12 of those 19. So Young Boys have dominated Winterthur historically here. Winterthur coming to this one winless in their last 10 straight overall, and they were averaging less than a goal scored per match. So this team is really struggling in the Switzerland Super League. Not only that, but they've also conceded over 2 goals per game in the season thus far. Young Boys come into this one undefeated in their last 11 league matches, winning 7 of those. We're going to keep this one simple. Give me Young Boys on the money line at -180.
Sorry, I was on mute. I got to pay a fine on that one. I will here in just 1 second. All right, great job on that. And I love getting ahead on soccer plays because it's either, play in the morning or play in the afternoon, depending on where it is, across the world there. So great job getting ahead of that. man, I absolutely love it. Nice job. And nice plug, too. Absolutely. Make sure, go check that out. Support our guy for sure. All right, now, Seth, here's the deal. All right, you're going to be hitting third hole for us today. I'm going to go in between because you've got two looks that I want you to pay attention to. And John said, AB, pay up. You're right. I will. When Seth is going, I absolutely will. Now, I'm going to go Vanderbilt Grand Canyon, okay? Over 11.5 at plus 105. Yes, the under is juiced, and rightfully so in regards to Vanderbilt baseball. Tim Corbin and his team are a very fundamental squad. They look to win with pitching, base-to-base type of run production. Not always your best over team. However, I do believe that Vanderbilt has focused on hitting this offseason and seen them boys in the cage. I think that they're coming out firing tonight. And Grand Canyon, don't sleep on them as well. They're a good baseball squad. Them boys can hit. So we're going to take the over 11.5 at plus 105. Now, real quick, what I wanted to do is highlight a couple things that I saw in the chat. Yes, Tizzle, absolutely right. D1 baseball, great for tracking. Yep, hit the box score to see the game cast for sure. Another was let's see. Sorry, I just lost it here. Tim, there it is. Perfect. Okay, so how does the college baseball do on game 2 or 3 in a weekend versus opening night in the series? Excellent question. Now, this is the beginning, and I'll leave this up. This is the beginning of the year, so you're going to have tournaments. You're going to have non-conference games. Don't take too terribly much away from it, especially with tournaments, because obviously the teams' matchups are going to change. But once we kind of get about 3 to 4 weeks in, and it's standard to where you have a team that's playing a Tuesday non-conference game and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the same opponent, okay? The biggest thing to pay attention to are the pitching matchups, all right? Because that will determine how generally the weekend goes. Not saying that it won't fluctuate. It's baseball. It will. But Friday nights, all right, that is generally your team's ace, your number one, your best pitcher. So you have 1 versus 1 most of the time. Now, some teams will switch it up, all right? If you got a heavy favorite that's throwing their ace on Friday, the other team might say, we'll throw our number 2 on Friday and throw our ace on Saturday to give ourselves a better chance to win and take 1, all right? But for the most part, best pitchers on Friday, your number 2s on Saturday, and then your number 3s on Sunday, but they can also become big bullpen games. All right. And we'll get more into that. There's nothing you need to know in regards to it. But later in the season, once we get, solidified, get into conference play, bullpens come into effect. And bullpens come into effect. Watch these games tonight. All right. You'll see if one team, if they're playing the same 2 teams 3 times, all right, through the weekend, and you have one team that is using arms like crazy because they're getting just beaten down, that absolutely comes into play later in the weekend, Saturday, and especially on Sunday when you have no arms left, all right? So that's something to pay attention to. Also, when you have double headers, for the most part, game 1 and game 2. Game 2 generally reflects game 1. It usually does. Not always, but about 60%, 65% of the time. If a team won 9-1, they usually win 8-3 in game 2, right? You generally don't see huge fluctuations. You will. I mean, it's baseball, but that's something to pay attention to. But Tim, that was an excellent question, and I wanted to bring that up, and we'll talk way more about it as we get going. So that was my play right there. Vanderbilt Grand Canyon over 11.5. I will stop yapping, Seth, and hand it over to you because not only do you have these, you've got another special one for us. So let it rip, buddy.
Absolutely, man. We're going to go to the hardwood. We've got Cornell minus 5.5 versus Harvard. Cornell's on a roll, winning 6 of their last 8 by 9 or more points. The last time Cornell faced Harvard, they beat them by 15. Cornell's points per game ranks 4th in the league, and their pace ranks 27th. Cornell with a much better offense here, going on the road to pick on a bottom of the barrel team. I see them covering here with an extra bucket or 2 to spare. Over to UCLA, first half money line versus Indiana. UCLA looking to bounce back here after a heartbreaking loss to Illinois. If UCLA would have gotten off to a better start in that game, I think they would have won it. I believe we see that here, though, as UCL is very capable of putting up 40-plus points in the first half. They averaged 37 in the first half this season, and 34 in their last 3. On the other side of that, Indiana is averaging 36 in the first half and only 29 in their last 3. When you look at the metrics overall, these two teams are very close, except for a few things: defense, steals, and turnovers. These things, paired with the fact that they want to get back to their winning ways, tell me to buckle up. They're coming, and they're coming out hard in the first half. Look for UCLA to take it there. San Jose State first half +4 versus Nevada. Last we go out west. This is a big Mountain West showdown here. These two teams battling it out. Nevada got them in their last meeting at their house by 4 at the half. This time, San Jose State takes it to them on their home court. San Jose averaging 32 first half points per game this season and 32 points per game at home in the first half. Nevada is averaging 33 this season and just 30 on the road. San Jose will look for revenge at home here in this one. I see it staying tight all the way through. Give me the 4 points at half.
Nice job. Nice job. Now, all right. So we talk about, the lists that we put together. Okay. And what we had in the morning show, Niagara, all right, college basketball, UCLA, Indiana. We looked at the over. And then some parlay pieces. UC Santa Barbara on the money line, Stanford on the money line, Michigan +3.5. And I haven't seen the latest score. Last I saw, Virginia and Michigan were tied 2-2, I think going into the 6th. I haven't seen an update on that one. However, yeah, Michigan, don't sleep on them, man. They're not a bad squad at all. But speaking of this, you took the information, Seth, and you made a parlay with it, brother. So go ahead and let this one rip. What you got?
Absolutely. So we took AB's first 2 plays there with UC Santa Barbara and Stanford money line, and I went ahead and threw St. Peter's, Cornell, and Milwaukee on there. St. Peter's, to be honest, both of these teams are terrible, but St. Peter's looks to break their losing streak here at home. I think they rally up and get this win here. Cornell over Harvard. We've already talked about that game a little bit. Head and shoulders a better team in all aspects of the game. If this was a battle of wits, Harvard would probably win, but it's not. So give me the better athletes here with Cornell and Milwaukee. They'll play better D. They'll out-rebound them and ultimately win the game here at their house. +525. Yeah.
Keep going. No, I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
No, man. For +525, these big favorites here, that's a good payout.
That is a good payout, dude. Indeed, man. I'll leave that up there for just a second. And we will start the over show next week. Our man, TJ Parker, right there. We will get it going. And the way that it works, I'll have the time and the day set for you. Me and TJ will coordinate, excuse me, on that one. However, how it will work is that we're going to look at the midweek games, and then we're going to preview and project to the weekend games. Again, the first 3 to 4 weeks in college baseball, it's a whole lot of tournaments and traveling all over, and it's not consistent in terms of the games and schedule. I mean, there'll be games for sure, but it's just kind of all over the board. So if it feels kind of wonky, not necessarily the show, but just how, we're breaking down the teams, just give it a minute. The first of the season is always kind of weird, but once it gets consistent, dude, it's the best college baseball show that you will get out there. I promise you on that one. All right, boys, well done there. All right, any final thoughts before we get out of here? Seth?
Look, I've got to gripe a little bit about the Score app. I don't know. I know a lot of us use the Score app to look at games on across all sports avenues, but man, they have zero college baseball on their app. And the only thing, they don't even have the league on there. What they have is the World Series, and that's it. So I just got to, man, they got to do better. They got to get with the times.
They do. Yeah, it's funny, man, because like anybody that's been with us since CBS Sports, man, betting college baseball, like it's grown in the last 2 years, right? I mean, there's a whole lot more growth that needs to happen, as you just mentioned, and it's good to call that out, right? And it'll happen for sure. But it's crazy. Like it used to be like, it felt like all of us, man, like we were just digging in the ground trying to find what we could. Absolutely wild. Site says, what you got here? Give me Ohio University +5 over Kent State college basketball. All right, there we go. Let's absolutely get it. say FDS Stanford game for tomorrow. Ooh, did something happen? We'll have to check on that one for sure. Robert Bibbo, absolutely good to see you, bro. Hope everything is good your way. We sure do miss you for sure. 4-2 Michigan. I'm telling you, Michigan's a good baseball team, man. They're absolutely good. Man, they're going to be a fun team to watch for sure. One more. Where's it at? Tizzle. If you have the chance, watch UC Santa Barbara game. Dude, 100%. Listen to Tizzle on this one. UC Santa Barbara is a freaking wagon, man. They're an excellent baseball team. And there's a few of them in that UC system out there in California, man. There are so many good college baseball players that are at schools, in certain systems like that you'll see. UC Irvine is another one, man. Like they're a monster. But yeah, UC Santa Barbara. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that one. All right, Prince, do you have any final thoughts we needed to know before we get out of here?
Yeah, two things real quick. One, let me go ahead and give another shameless plug here real quick. You guys can catch me and Bradley Jacobs at Brad Betts. Shots on Target every Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. So right after this show, you guys can hop in over there and catch us live on that one. We give out our best plays for the week and look ahead spots over the soccer world here. And then another thing here real quick. I know some of you might be like, wow, minus 190, minus 180. Those are kind of juice plays, right? Well, here's my theory on it. For one, I don't take anything over minus 200. Okay. Otherwise, if it's going to be a minus over 200, it's going to be part of a parlay. But anything under that, I'll take it as long as the data is overwhelmingly on our side, right? So because you don't pay the juice when you win, right? So, a win is a win for me, and I'll take it all day, every day. So just wanted to clear that up. But yeah, other than that, man, ready to cash these tickets, man, and let's get it.
Let's get it indeed, man. There we go. All right.
The soccer world is completely different when it comes to those large odds, man. It's a whole nother one.
It's scary.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like the sport, because there's so many ways to bet. Yeah.
Yes.
Like I look at it like, oh God. Like that's why I start listening to you guys. Like I'm at least smart enough to know what the hell I don't know. You know what I mean? So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We went 17 minutes, trying to keep it 10, but boys had great info. We had to do it. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. We will have DTL normal time tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. It'll be the on-demand episode, but trust me, you'll be good. We've got so much college baseball that we're going to hit on. Prince already has his soccer in for tomorrow that you have set, and so much more. Cannot thank you all enough. Appreciate you, every single one of you, for what you've done for DTL, and it's just getting started. It's going to be fantastic. So everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these damn tickets and keep hitting some bombs in college baseball, and we'll see you in the morning. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us? No!